How's it, everybody? And a warm welcome to the NFT show. Look, is here.
It's Friday. I'm here.
Mullen, Freestyle Fridays. Freestyle Fridays,
Yeah,
my favorite show.
I know. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna talk NFTs, take some questions. It's my favorite day of the week. Love it.
Me too, my brother. Me too. Let's jump straight into it. Let's have a look here what's going on. All right. OpenSea daily volume. Yesterday we had quite a nice day, 115 million US dollars. Today we are sitting at 66 million. Usually it doubles from when we do the show. So typically that's what I've noticed. So probably on track for a day of 120 million. So definitely looking like we are getting to a bear. I mean, it's a bit weird. The blue chips seem to be a little bit down. Um, Definitely in the last 24 hours, with the exception of Clone X, which is up. Of course, Azuki's up because that's all Azuki knows how to do. But, Bored Apes down 14% in the last 24 hours, Mutants down 5%. So we are seeing the blue chips going down a bit. And Morland, what do you think? The pumps that we've had in these blue chips, are they starting to trickle down? Are we seeing mid caps and low caps moving, or what's going on?
I think people are just really being particular with what they're getting into right now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like they're
Mm.
they're being choosy. They're waiting for the right entry points. It's not that frenzied market that we've seen before. There's
Yeah.
not a ton of crazy buys. People are just looking, or sorry, crazy mints that are going insane, and everyone's FOMOing into them. Um, but yeah, I think it's just a little bit of a one of those corrections that happen, along the way. Um, and yeah, I think just people in general just sort of watching what they're getting into a little bit more. Now, I know I
Oh,
am,
well,
right? So,
yeah, I think it's a good thing. I also think this death cross that they're talking about, predicting a recession in the states in the next 6 months. Something, and we're not technical guys like this, but something crossed something on a chart, which always means 6 months later we're going to have a recession in the states, which means a global recession. I think that's on everyone's mind. But I also think, looking at Ethereum, it's come down a bit. But I am so bullish on Ethereum at the moment. I'm actually considering getting in at this point. And I know that sounds weird because everyone's used to seeing a two over here. But the big thing with Ethereum at the moment is that they've got this big move over in about 2 or 3 weeks that they've been talking about for years. And it's going to make a massive, massive difference to the general capacity of ETH to do transactions. And in turn, it's going to help with gas prices, and it's really bullish. Once they push that green button, I think by the end of the month this is going to be sitting at 4,000, regardless of what it does tomorrow. I really, really do, and yeah,
mm,
it's going to be interesting to see. But yeah, I'm quite bullish on ETH, to be quite honest.
they've been slowly rolling out the ETH 2.0 upgrades along the way, and I think that might be partially why we've seen some improved gas over the this period of time. Like, it's not perfect. It never is going to be perfect until they get rid of gas altogether. But like, it's been improving, and it's not
So the
crazy.
thing,
And
the thing with that I've realized, we always say, and just to stop, how's it, Wade? Nice to have someone from the Ape list. I love the Ape list. Love the Ape list. I really do. Great value. They've actually recently launched their token. So now, in order to get these whitelist spots that they give away left, right, and center, you've got to hold their token. I minted one. I put it in my hardware wallet, and I'm holding on to it for dear life because the value I get from their whitelist is incredible. So welcome, Wade. So nice to have you. So yeah, what I was saying is that Morland, we always say when Ethereum goes up like shockingly, like quickly, then
yeah,
NFTs go down because people dollar cost average, and vice versa. When ETH drops, not too shockingly, but slowly drops, NFTs typically go up. I was listening to an interesting podcast that was actually saying that that's also partly because when ETH is making drastic moves up or down, gas goes through the roof. And that's what is affecting the NFT market, because when gas is sitting at 150, 200 Gwei, yeah, the low caps are dead. No one is going to buy a 0.02 Ethereum NFT and pay 0.06 in gas. So that was quite an interesting take on it. That it's not so much the crypto price, which of course it is because people trade in crypto,
Yeah.
but also that ETH at the same time tends to make it that the market goes down when there's big jerk movements in the crypto.
Yeah. It makes perfect sense, right? Like I've done that. I've looked to mint something and gas was going to be equal to or more than the actual NFT, and I said forget it, I'll come back later. So
Yeah,
I
for
completely
sure. And
I
do
completely
you know
get
how
that.
many times I've been watching? Let's just say I know I want to get into data souls at half a ETH, which it actually is at the moment, and which I actually do, right? And then you go there and then you click, and you've been waiting for weeks, and you click, and gas is like $100, and you're like, no, screw it. And then you don't do it, and then the next day it goes to 0.6, which you knew it was going to do, but right, but even then, like gas can throw you off a bit, you know.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to bite the bullet and do the gas thing and pay a little bit more. But when you're getting free NFTs, free mints, you don't really have to worry about that. There's been some
Yeah.
crazy free mints happening lately that have like manifested into some really great projects. So this first one, Ghostly Ghosts, I heard about it on the day of the mint, and I decided not to mint one because the last free mint I minted didn't do anything. So I don't know. I just said forget it. And people started minting them, and then they sold out. And now they're sitting at almost a half ETH floor, 0.45 ETH floor from free, from zero, free 99. So the thing that brought people to these is not anything to do with the art. I mean, it is kind of cool. I like these these cartoon ghosts. They look pretty cool. But it's more about um, the fact that it's the very first omni-chain NFT. So omni-chain meaning it can move from different chains.
Okay.
So it can go from Ethereum to Polygon to AVAX to back to Polygon over to, I think it's all, I'm not 100% sure, but it's like 7 or 8 different layer twos, Ethereum layer two protocols that it can hop back and forth to.
Hmm.
So that's interesting. It's the first one to do that, which just is kind of leading the way in terms of interoperability, right? That's really exciting. But on top of that, I think there's something to do with traits changing when you move it from chain to chain. And the traits, uh, you could get more rare traits by moving it around. So that's really interesting as well. So there was a ton of people just, aping into this thing. Um, and
Let's have
now
a look at them.
at the activity or at the
Yeah,
actual
well, the
NFT.
activity as well and the
Yeah.
actual things. Wow,
So
so it's 5 days old and it's got 4,500 ETH traded. It was a free mint. That is
yeah,
incredible.
yeah, insane.
Incredible.
So this was the first day, right? This was when everything went nuts. A lot of people rode that wave and dumped here, I would imagine. And yeah, I've been trying because it was an instant reveal as well. So I don't
Hmm.
think this is a reveal dump. This is just sort of people,
Taking profits, bro. You
yeah,
in it for nothing. You know.
exactly. Yeah, and they
Yeah.
rode this thing up to like the average sale price on the 5th was 0.77. That's the average sale price.
Wow.
It's
Let's have a
insane.
look at the artwork just so I can recognize them.
Yeah. So it's a
Yeah.
ghost. So the thing about this is literally the next day, probably not even the next day, a couple hours after this thing launched, there was a bunch of other free mints that popped up called Omni this and Omni that, or Ghost this, or what, Ghost Chain, Ghost Omni. whatever it was, they're just popping up all over the place. Free mint, free mint, free mint. Guaranteed 98% of those were rugs, and we're
Yeah.
just like,
And the other 2% are slow rugs.
yeah, our slow rugs, yeah. And this is another one though. This
Yeah. So this is
another
a very interesting one. Yeah. Also a free mint, completely docs team, completely notable, great project, great roadmap. Really, like I'm
Mhm.
bullish on this, like proper, and free mint. So we definitely again like 1,500 ETH traded. If they're making 10% of that, that's 150 ETH, right? So they're still doing incredibly well, and I think we're gonna. This is gonna start more free mints, right? For sure. These two, the ghostly, the logics, because it takes away that initial cash grab, worry that we all have when we're minting a project because it's free. So there's no cash grab, right?
Yeah.
And they can, if they deliver, they can do well on the secondary. They can make on the secondary, and I think that it's really interesting, and something to watch out to. But these also pumped all the way to half a ETH, bro,
The
from,
cool
from a
thing
free mint.
the cool thing about these, and the reason so many people were excited about it, they did really good marketing themselves and creating that hype with only an allow list only mint. There was a reserve list that I think had like 200 NFTs available to them to mint. So like it was really hype. So they did a great job with their marketing. But like you said, the utility on that one is really great. Like
Yeah.
instantly you were able to mint or stake, and they have their token that they're producing and everything. So you were instantly able to stake, and they were somehow able to do it within their coding that there's no fees for listing on OpenSea. When you list, you know how you have to do that initial fee
Yeah, I've seen
for
that
listing?
before,
Yeah.
where you don't have to
So
pay to open that
yeah, so they did.
contract to allow you to
Yeah,
list.
so
Yeah.
they did a really great job with their contract, and they've just been very open and honest with everything. And yeah, I think there's just long term, it's gonna be a good project for sure. I tried to get in on it at like 0.18 when it was minting,
Mm, mm,
and every time I tried to grab one, it was gone, every single
crazy.
time. And then like eventually I was like, okay, maybe I'll go up a little, maybe I'll do the point, I'll go 0.2, 0.22, something like that. And every time I went to grab those ones, they were gone. So it was
Yeah,
just, yeah, I didn't bother. I saved some
that's
ETH for
crazy.
this. I
Tip
saved my
toes.
ETH for
How's it,
tiptoes.
Brian? Yeah, so Tiptoes is minting right now.
Yeah.
Full disclosure, both Morland and I are involved in this project. And I also interviewed Ollie, the founder, on this channel about a week ago. So if you haven't seen it, it's under our YouTube playlist called Interviews. And it's really an incredible project, to be blunt, and you guys should have a look at it. But it's not yet public. It's currently whitelist only for the next hour and 45 minutes, and then it opens to public. Yeah, so interesting. 3,200 minted. There's going to be a total of 5,000 at this point, and then in a couple of weeks we'll open drop 3, which will be another 2,500 toes. A couple of weeks after that, drop 4. We've done it like that because each of these guys have got a matching 4 other toes, and if you get all 5 toes, you get what's called a foot, and you earn like 20
70,
times more tokens.
75
Yeah,
tokens a day. And then if you
which is
keep your,
tradable
yeah,
for
if you
ETH.
keep your 4 toes, that's or your 5 toes, that's 100. It's really awesome, to be honest,
This
like
is
the
my
way
foot that
everything's.
I picked up today.
Oh yeah, nice.
How's that, bro? I got all 5 matching. I used today as an opportunity to pick it up.
Awesome.
And I'm so stoked. So stoked. Look at that. I've got 5 matching, earning 75 tokens a day. What a pleasure. But yeah, really, really long term, what's being built is amazing. There was also in the Discord a sneak peek at the voxels, which you'll be able
Oh
to get.
yeah.
I want to see if I can find that for everybody because those look sick. Those
Oh
really, that's
yeah.
fine. Don't
It's
mind if.
it's really really great what
Oh,
they're
yeah. There we
doing.
go. Check this out.
Here, hold on. Let's turn your music on. I love this song. I just love it.
Can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear it. Yeah, sort of.
So
It's kind of peaking the mic.
there's your 3D toe, which you'll be able to get for your tokens. Completely metaverse ready. And the cool thing is that there's a sandbox side where we get in Utopia, where you'll be able to go and look how cool he is, man.
I
Yeah.
love
So
it.
I mean, listen, I love the project, and if you guys haven't checked it out, I highly suggest you do. Morland will put the links in the description. Hey.
Yeah, I'll do it right now. Why not?
Yeah,
Why
let's do
not?
it. What does Brian say? So I got the five toes. So I'm pretty sure that means I get the foot, or does it not?
You will, yeah. You need to claim them to get your
No, so I
foot,
must
don't
actually
you?
find out because I bought the five toes on the secondary,
Oh, and so
as one.
somebody might
Yeah,
already have the foot.
yeah. I didn't even think about it. I didn't even think about it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I
I
didn't
think
even
you'll
think
be
about
okay.
it.
You should be okay. I don't know if somebody would
I'm
do
not
that.
sure. Anyway, I'll figure it out.
All right, I'm just adding things to the description here. You entertain the people.
Right. Da, 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 da. Let's see. Who we got here? Roman, nice to see you, man. Freestyle Friday. Freestyle Friday. Good to see you. Hope you had a good week. Yeah, I did, Brian. I'm going to look into it. We'll see. I mean, either way, it is what it is. But yeah, I didn't even think about that. Fuck. It is what it is.
I'm still trying to get mine. I've got a couple sets, but no full foot yet. Still looking for that one. Oh, I know where
Let's
they
have
are.
a
I just they just haven't accepted my offers.
let's have a look here. Oh, we got Vinzo. I love it. Friday comes and all our regulars come. It's so good to see you, Vinzo. We're doing good, boy. Nice to see you. Alrighty. So what have we got last 7 days here? Azuki doing incredibly well. Just holding quite nicely. It retraced a bit. I mean, but it had to. I mean, it hit all the way up to 33. I actually spoke about Azuki this week. I went into it quite deeply. So if you haven't seen it, go check out the video. Clone X doing really, really nicely. 19 Ethereum has been going up for the last week almost continually. And then Beans Azuki secondary collection that they dropped 2 free to you for holding an Azuki, sitting at 5 ETH. I mean, just incredible. Mutant Ape also holding beautifully. I mean, 26 Ethereum for a mutant is incredible. Akuma, which we also spoke about this week, another anime
Anime.
project.
Well,
Yeah, they actually
they pumped
revealed.
after reveal. I think they pumped after reveal,
No, they were
didn't
about
they?
1.5. I've been watching them so closely
Oh,
because I'm
okay.
looking for an entry. They were about 1.5, and then
Oh,
they
okay.
went all the way down to just under 1, and now they've sort of found support at the sort of early ones. What do you think of the art, Morland?
I like it. It
It's
reminds me of
different.
Oni One or whatever it was.
Very on one.
Force
Yeah.
on one on Force, whatever it's called. It's
ON
very,
one. Yeah.
yeah, it's very similar to that, in certain ways.
Yeah.
I
I
like
would
it
agree.
though. Like I do like
This
it.
one
It's
is
just
this one is really sick.
for
Must
me
be
right now.
very
There's too many anime things coming out, and I
sure.
don't know which ones to I don't know which ones to put my money into. But there is one that I've just sort of started hearing about, Shonen Junk, and they minted I think last week, and I heard about them when they were minting, but I didn't do it then because same thing. I was just like, too many anime things going on. Turns out two of the guys behind Crunchyroll, which is like the biggest anime streaming platform, are behind this. Two of the
Mm.
founders. So it's been
Anime streaming platform
like
where?
Netflix. It's called Crunchyroll. So you need a subscription to watch it. You pay your
Where's it in the
monthly
States?
worldwide. You can get it anywhere. I'm pretty sure.
Can't get it in South Africa.
Oh no, for sure the States and Asia, I believe, for sure. Like
How big are they?
Crunchyroll,
Yeah.
huge, the biggest anime streaming platform. It's massive.
And what are
So
they going to be doing with this?
I don't know. All I know is that two of the guys behind it, or that found it or are behind Crunchyroll, are behind this project.
Hmm.
So they're doing a lot of different like Twitter spaces and stuff with people in the anime space, and people are really excited about this one. I missed my chance on it, but I don't know. It's like, yeah, well, look at the activity, right? There was
Yeah, no,
basically
it's
4
looking good.
days. There was basically 4 days where nothing happened. And
Yeah.
then
No,
it was
it seems longer than
confirmed.
that.
Yeah.
Almost a week.
And then it was confirmed. That yes, there is a Crunchyroll tie-in, and it just
Hmm.
took off.
And are
So
these guys currently involved in Crunchyroll, or they were
the two
involved?
guys, I don't
Yeah,
know exactly. I think they all I know is that they were slash are like I'm it's muddy for me. I don't know. I'm not
because that's
100%
very
sure.
bullish.
Oh yeah.
It
Oh
reminds
yeah.
me. It reminds me of what's that project where it's the guys from Twitch.
Oh yeah.
We've spoken about it
Crap.
before.
I can't remember. I know exactly. I can.
Is it Rebel Bots? No.
No, 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 no. Oh,
Dusk
this is
Breakers?
Breakers. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's it. Yeah,
So I'm looking at the team here.
yeah. So I don't know exactly who the guys were, which guys were from Crunchyroll, but yeah, apparently it's been
Jeez, that's
confirmed,
interesting,
and
hey?
yeah. So I mean, point three. It's not a bad price if things.
That's what
I
I'm
mean, it might
thinking.
settle down. I don't know. Like
I
it.
want to
It
look
seems to
into
be
it. I want to look into it. If the founders of this project are currently employed and founders of Crunchyroll, then for me it's a no-brainer.
Mhm.
If they used to and they sold it and they've got nothing, because then they can merge it if they're involved in it, and they can sort of mix the two together and use the one to sort of market the other, right?
Well,
Um,
you would instantly have your anime show on the biggest anime platform with the ability to just pump it, right? Like it wouldn't just be like a no-name anime. I don't even know the process of getting your show on Crunchyroll. It might be fairly difficult, but like you instantly have that. And then not only are you just not going to be a bottom tier anime that just gets pushed to the bottom of the list and nobody watches, if you have the ability, or like you're on the you got the inside track, you can kind of push your anime up a little bit to get more views, promote it more, that sort of thing, right? So
hmm,
yeah, it's one that I've been watching and hearing a lot about lately. It was an
amazing.
instant reveal too, as well.
So Brian's asking what are the extension and tools that you guys use. So a couple of things, Brian. Once I'm sharing my screen, I'll just show you this. If you come into the NFT show Discord, and we've got a section here called tools, and everything I've ever used. Here's notable wallets that I follow, but everything I've ever used is here because there's quite a lot, and yeah, so it's all here for anyone to see and anyone to use. But just to answer you directly, I use Super C, which is an extension, and that gives me. Just want to refresh here so you can see it. And I also use ERC Sniper, which is actually currently off. So you're obviously not seeing that. But this thing at the bottom here, the floor price of the collection being shown, is a Super C thing. The nice thing about it is that when I go to my profile here, instead of having to right click on each one to see the floor price of the collections, because usually I used to have to go in here, open it, see the floor price to see how everything's doing. here the floor price, and it does take a second to load. The floor price of everything loads in here, which is what I use it for and what I love about it. So we can see here all my NFTs. That's the current floor at a glance. I don't have to go into it. So that's really, really cool. Then ERC Sniper shows the rarity. So I'll have to log in, but that's the name there. That will show you the rarity. And then I've got just a couple of gas trackers that I use. You can get so many good ones. These guys I have to log into. But that's pretty much what I use on OpenSea. ERC Sniper, Super C, which is this thing over here also. And then a couple of gas things, just to answer. Morland.
Yeah,
It's good
I
to
beat
have
you
you
to
back.
it. Yeah, beat
Yeah.
you to it.
What else we
Yeah,
got pumping here? A lot of
I
anime,
don't know, just
hey?
all the anime, man. It's just anime
So
season.
Kawami's come down. Kawami's come down. I've been watching it very keenly because I bought in at point 0.3. I didn't have whitelist. Surprise, surprise. I bought in at point 0.3 and I flipped it for point 0.7. And the day after it went to 1.2, like it always does the day after. So what I've started doing is when I want to sell something, I say to myself, no, I'm going to wait a
Wait
day.
one day.
One day. It hasn't been working. Now I wait one day, I sell it the next day, the day after. So I'm going to try and wait 2 days. But they've retraced. We did speak about this. I also did cover this as well during the week. But Morland, you were saying how you love the colors, and I do too.
Yeah, I
Bullish
like
on the
the style
team.
for sure. I
I
like the
like the
art
project.
style.
I
It's
like the
good.
project. I think it's actually look. I don't like to buy anything when it's just pumped, like anime is pumping. You're not going to get any anime at a discount at the moment, and like every meta, it is going to move on to something else. And when it does, I'm keeping my eye on certain anime collections. But I'm thinking land, Moreland. You know me with my land, but I
Think
think
that's going to be
land's.
the next thing.
I do think
I
so with
think
Bored Ape.
in a way, land, but only in a certain way, right? And I'll explain. So, not everyone can afford a good chunk of metaverse land, right? Like,
Yeah.
usually the initial mint is fairly expensive, and then on secondary, average person probably can't grab one. So, it's tough to get in on that ecosystem. I think the metaverse plays that are a pass or something that allows you access to an exclusive metaverse are going to be the next big meta play, right? Um, the one we spoke about before, we did a video on Meets Meta, right? They're building on NFT worlds, and the whole idea behind them is an exclusive pass that has rarities that give you different drops of NFTs, but the whole thing is going to be exclusive access to their world. And
Mm.
I've been staying on top of it. They're live right now. You can go in and play on their it's because it's Minecraft server. You can go
Yeah.
in and play right now and earn world token while you're playing, and they haven't even minted their NFT yet, right?
Mm.
The big thing here is they're number one on NFT worlds playable worlds right now. So,
Mm.
and they're number one by a long shot. So they're popular, right? And
Mm.
even if you don't necessarily want this access pass, right? Other people do. Other people want into that server. So if you're able to grab one and you're looking to flip or even just hold long term to see that play out, I think it's a really good play because there's more and more people are going to be wanting to get into these play to earn ecosystems,
Yeah.
but they
And we
can't
always
unless they have the
say,
pass,
and we
right?
always say, like the metaverse, there's no point in having metaverse land if you don't develop on it. It's in the corner somewhere. Same thing here. Like if they've got, you don't care about having a play to earn game if you don't have anyone playing.
Yeah.
And the fact that these guys are top of NFT worlds
Yeah.
already and they haven't even minted is huge. You know, we've
Well,
got
and
all
I'm
the others as well as Hero Galaxy, Skuxverse, all of those, which
exactly.
we actually also we covered a lot of them.
So
But
I'm
I
not
think
trying to like pump that project. All I'm
no,
saying is like the idea of a pass to an exclusive metaverse world that, is sought after, right? Like
and
if
affordable.
Yuga Labs, yeah, and affordable. If Yuga Labs came out with a pass to get access into their world, somehow get involved with their metaverse, I would do it for sure. Right? Like if buying a pass gave me a little villa in a corner of the Yuga Labs metaverse, why not? Right? Like that, I'm not going to be able to own the land. Well, maybe someday, but like right off the rip, no. But if I want to get into the ecosystem, for me, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
So
And you could also like rent someone else's NFT to play in a metaverse, right?
yeah, there's a lot of possibilities there.
These guys are doing quite nicely. I saw they were sitting for their smallest parcel. They were sitting at about 0.55. So they've come up the last 2 days. This is Arcade Land. We also covered it. You remember
Yeah,
the one
yeah,
by the
it's really
guys who
cool.
developed the Bored Ape Yacht Club game. So they're
Yeah,
sitting nicely. I mean, number 7 in activity in the last 24 hours. That's incredible. Here, these guys minted yesterday. Did you hear of them? I managed to mint um, uh,
no,
2 of them. So it's the first anime 3D project, also a fully doxed team, good project. You know, they did have a blatantly oversubscribed whitelist, and there's been quite a lot of FUD because of that. I never really encourage buying in pre-reveal because it is going to drop. And also, if you buy in pre-reveal, you also run the risk that, like what was it, Hate Beast,
yeah,
that the art underwhelms, and it's sort of, the price goes down 100% in the week after or whatever. So I wouldn't necessarily buy in now. But with this meta, what it is of anime, this is like the art it looks on the previews, very sick. I mean, they launched yesterday or the day before, and look at this volume. I mean,
yeah, that's crazy.
yeah, literally yesterday, 4,700 Ethereum. So that's why
Wow.
why not much else is pumping, because there's a couple of select projects that are taking most of it. And look at this, Moreland.
Cyber brokers.
Again, back up.
That's a great project. That one,
Yeah, that's the
it's a
on-chain.
sleeper. I think, well, it's not
I don't think
sleeping. Like
it's sleeping.
a lot of people, no, but I think it,
4.3
but
floor.
I think like that is undervalued. That's what I'm saying. Like at some point that it's going to be worth a lot more, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
So
think it's a good
they're not the
project.
absolute first to have done on chain. If they were the absolute first, that actually reminds me. I bought something very interesting, Morland. You're gonna love this. I
What's
bought
that?
something. And it's not a like collectible, a physical collectible. I bought something really interesting. So what are they called? Skulls. What are they? Crypto skulls.
Yeah.
They that project that's older than the CryptoPunks. They had quite a big pump about a month ago, all the way to 4 ETH,
I
when
remember that.
people
Yeah.
when people realized how OG they are. So they have launched a secondary collection that their pass for the secondary collection is currently available on OpenSea. So if you owned one of these, you got these tokens that can later be redeemed for crypto zombies. So, like for me, 1 Ethereum on the historical value, okay, but there's days that it has barely any volume. But to pay 0.2 for something related to this ecosystem was appealing to me, so I bought one. So I'll show you what it looks like. And I think it's a long-term play. It's not like a flip play. I think it's very under the radar. Like
Hmm.
people don't really know about it at the moment. Here it is. I just want to open the collection. But I think, look, even I paid zero point 0.2. Of course, it went down. Obviously, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at this point. Tiny volume. But I do think that when people hear about this, and when people, realize the connection, that this is going to be a good play. I really, really do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got the cheaper one. There's this one gives you special traits and whatever. This was like,
That's the
oh,
next
this one's
level
the
up
no. I
evolution.
think it's the other way around. I think I got the nicer one. Let's just have a look. Highest offer. Oh, this one's not for sale to anyone. No, I'm not 100% sure. One of the two is better. I got this one, I think, was sitting at a lot more, but I don't know. Either way, I got into the ecosystem. I'm quite happy putting it aside, and I'm interested to see what's going to happen with this. So I think
And
that's quite an interesting play, a little bit thinking out the box, you know?
yeah, hopefully the zombie doesn't end up looking like what was that thing? Kevin, or what was that thing?
I know which one you're talking about.
The one from Pixelmon, that weird
Yeah, well,
looking. Yeah, was that
Kevin
Kevin or what?
did well because he was the worst,
I
and he
know.
got famous. All of a sudden, if you had the worst of all of them, you were sitting in a profit. Everyone else was swimming. But I also heard that there's that other big projects are looking to come on the board of Pixelmon and try save it. I
Oh,
don't know. Thank God I never got involved in that
I'd stay away from
ecosystem.
it. I'd stay
Yeah,
away from it.
I would also. Are we involved in any P2E games? We have been over the time. What was
Hmm.
it? Deceased, which we're quite bullish on.
Hmm.
Tiptoes is going to be is the one we spoke about already tonight. Is going to have a P2E game side of it, but directly involved as far as on the team, no. Holding NFTs in, yes, quite a few, but no, nothing currently that I'm involved in. Anything you're involved in?
Uh, no, just besides playing blockchain games and stuff, that's about it. But yeah, like that's a good experience for people though, I think. Like
Yeah,
really, truly it is. Like if you're into gaming, or even if you're not necessarily so into gaming, like it is a really good experience for onboarding people into crypto web3 life, right?
yeah.
Like you have to create your wallet, you connect it, and then you're playing and you're earning things, and then you get the concept of, oh cool, I actually do own this thing, and I can sell it, right? Like that's pretty
Well, I
cool.
think that's the easiest way to explain what an NFT is to someone not involved.
Yeah,
So, who's a gamer or ever played a proper game, saying you know your avatar in your game,
yeah.
well, you actually own that outside of the game as well.
So
And you know
there's
when you get treasures and weapons and whatever in your game, well, you own that, and that has a value, and that can be resold, to other people. I think, yeah,
and it's
I think that's
scarce
yeah.
too, right?
Well,
There's some bit.
10,000 collections on, I don't know how scarce all this
Well,
stuff is.
at some point though, right? Eventually, if that game becomes the level of, let's actually, huge news.
Mm,
Call of Duty, like Activision, has teased or rumored that they'll be bringing NFTs to Call of Duty. So that's where this like scarcity would actually become truly scarce, right? Like if they only made 10,000 of these specific characters, right? Like there is a hundreds of millions of people that play that game every single day. So
mm,
10,000 compared to the player base, right? For now, like if you take the play to earn stuff that we talk about on a daily basis and we're seeing on OpenSea, and we're kind of speculating that that game, if you're in it for the long term, that project for the long term, you're speculating that that game is going to blow up and become a game that the world knows and that a lot of people play, because
mm.
then your NFT is truly scarce in that whole ecosystem, right? Like let's take My Pet Hooligans for example. I forget how many they have. I think it's a 10,000 collection,
I'll check. I'll check now.
but they would, if they become what they want to become and they have even 1 million users, 10,000 exclusive rabbit avatars with really cool skins, when everyone else is playing in just a plain basic white or gray or whatever rabbit, like those become really sought after, right?
Yeah.
And I know,
I
like
love this project so much.
I
I really
just,
do.
yeah, I know so
Yeah.
much about like the beginnings of video game like economy. Like
Mm,
me and my buddies used to collect things like items and literally sell them to other people within the game, or trade them within the game for other items, right?
mm,
Because you couldn't get them, or they were only part of one season. And like even now, when they're not NFTs, like there are people that play Counter Strike that have knives and guns and stuff that you know, they're not NFTs, but they're selling them for hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to people, just like through like PayPal transfers and stuff.
And this just streamlines that whole process.
This just brings it all together. So
Did
sorry to go on that tangent there.
No, bro, love it, love it. It made me think of Jake, my 9-year-old son, who got banned from one of the games that they play.
Fortnite
Not
or
Fortnite, the other one, not
Minecraft.
Imposter.
Oh,
A third one that he always
yeah,
plays.
Among Us.
One of them, he got banned by one of them for by the official thing, because he was telling other kids in the game every day that it was his birthday, so that he would get them to give him free stuff. So he got banned for like 2 days that he couldn't play, for
Classic.
spamming or something. And like, secretly I was really proud of him, right? Obviously,
Hustler mentality.
Bianca and I had to sit him down and explain to him that it's not okay, but secretly I was proud of him.
Oh man.
But yeah, I mean, he every day was just like filling up his bags with free items from people. Did you
That
check what
is
happened
great.
here? Did you check
With
what happened
Vayner
here on the Venus
Sports,
Sports, bro? So
I saw they had a really horrible mint experience. Like gas was just unbelievably high, but that's all I've really heard
So
about it.
this, I'll be honest, and look, I mean, everyone's too scared to fud Vayner, right? I look up to Gary V hugely, and on many levels. What he's achieved in business before NFTs, what he's done for the NFT space, his energy, the amount, the way he tells it like it is. I really do. I look up to him. So let's put that out there before I go on my rant, okay? So let's put that out there. I really feel that, and I still feel that. I think he's incredible. I look up to him. He's done incredibly well in many spheres of his life. He seems to have his priorities right, being his family and like everything. I identify with a lot, and I look up to him. With that said, this is absolute bullshit. Okay,
Well,
absolute
this was
bullshit.
his
This is Vayner
brother.
Sports.
This was his
I
brother,
know,
though.
I
This is
know,
his
but
brother.
but listen to me. The way they did this, the two of them, him and his brother, because this was announced in his Discord, everything. The way they did this, they made it seem like by minting this, you had a chance at Gary V season 2. They
Hmm.
made it seem that way. And even though this is AJ's projects, even though it's his brother's projects, Gary mentioned it numerous times throughout the day of the draw of VeeFriends. He even in one of his videos said, we're going to do this after that. And it was hinted at that this would be. And then once it minted out, it was all of a sudden, but this has got nothing to do with VeeFriends. Right
Hmm.
now, that's how I feel about it. I haven't touched it. Even when it's sitting at 0.4, I'm not touching it. I just morally. With that said, I do agree with what everyone says, that anything with the name Vayner on it, they're not going to let it fail, and they'll do something with it and deliver value long term. But it didn't sit well with me. It's the first time I felt misled in the Vaynerchuk sort of experiences that I've had. So
Hmm.
I didn't like it one solid bit, and I really he led people on to believe that this was somehow a ticket into VFriends season 2.
Hmm. That doesn't,
Yeah,
yeah, doesn't really sound like something they would do, but you never know, right? Like they are salesmen, so.
bro. I mean, 15,600 items at whatever.
As of right now, I don't know necessarily that you even get any true utility from it yet. Like I think the idea is that you'll get access to, depending on which one you hold, right? Like which sport it is or whatever, you'll get access to certain things and which tier level it is, but right now, like I think it's just speculation on his name and what they could deliver.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't
so
mind that. I don't mind that. What I didn't like was how Gary brought it into the V Friends
yeah,
2 drop and all the
yeah,
marketing for that. And in a way that everyone was saying, all the alpha discords were led to believe the same thing, that if you got into this, you would somehow get into V Friends season 2 whitelist. But anyway,
yeah.
so that's that. I see a good question here from the Daniel. How do you get into the projects in the beginning? Morland, you start and I'll add on after.
So when I first got,
I think let's start. How do you identify good projects? Let's start with that.
yeah, so what I always look for is, I guess first is, does the art catch your eye, right? But necessarily let that fool you. But you do have to like it, right? Because if it doesn't do well, or you can't, like, if your plans to flip it and you can't flip it, like, you're stuck with it, right? So you kind of do have to enjoy it, or you're putting that in the hidden folder. So that's kind of one thing. Second thing is you want to go in toward like their socials, Twitter, get in their Discord, see what the interaction is like with the community. And then look at the roadmap, right? What are they promising? And is it deliverable? And start asking some questions, right? You're in the Discord, ask a few questions to the founders. Like, not your typical like, when's mint, what's the price? Like, ask them, what's your plan with this project 5 years down the line, right? That would be a perfect one to ask right off the bat. You want to know that they're in this thing for the long run, and then you can kind of judge from there. To find the project, you're gonna like, when I first got into NFTs, I went on rarity.tools. It's a website. They have lists of upcoming NFTs, and you can just go through for weeks and weeks and weeks and see what's coming. That's a great spot to start. I would say, as you get into NFTs more, put yourself into NFT Twitter, start following some people that know their shit, and not me. Like, follow me, of course, follow me, but people that actually know their shit and are making good trades on a daily to weekly basis, and have made a really good money in this space. I mean, follow Philip too. He's one of those guys for sure.
No.
But there are guys
Follow
out
me,
there.
but I'm not one of those guys.
There's guys out there that spend every day, all day on Twitter, posting alpha,
And they
posting
know
things.
they're known that they've got that sixth
Yeah.
sense. And they, but as I've progressed in the space, and I always say it, I'm still learning all the time. I think anyone who isn't in any space, I mean, I've been running my marketing company for 20 years, and I'm still learning every day, legitimately, really. So I'm very much still learning in the NFTs. But what I've started doing a lot more is getting to know, not personally, but knowing who's behind what project. That's a big thing. So we had this thing, one of these anime projects. I think it's Kiwami. I'm 99% sure it's Kiwami, where the one of the founders there is the founder of Anonymous. That OG project, the little masters, they went all the way to 5 ETH. They're something about 1.5 ETH. So that for me was a very big sign on Kiwami, and I got in early. I didn't have whitelist, but I bought as it came out at 0.3 because of that. But just because I know it on Anonymous, the project, very well, and I therefore saw that this guy who's a founder of Anonymous is a founder of Kiwami. Bullish for me. You could have done that with Murray by House. I mean, House is a notable collection, and there. So for me, it's become much more. And I agree with everything Morland said, and I do the same. You have to like the art, and the roadmap must be good. But for me, the biggest thing, no matter what it looks like, is the team behind it. And you see that with Gary V. Friends. Mm-hmm. The art is admittedly, to anyone's standard, is not, but it's not about the art. It's Gary V behind it, and he's going to give everything. So
and another example too is OX Studios, right? They've launched a ton of really successful projects. They have a bunch coming up as well. Like Ugly People is under that umbrella. What's that one? We just
Lonely Pop.
Lonely Pop, that's one. Yeah. Three Landers, which is sitting at what, like a 2-something ETH floor, maybe even more at this point. That's an OX Studios.
So when you see OX Studios, 100%, yeah.
Yeah, even if it's not going to be, the next Bored Ape or the next Azuki, it actually has potential to be a solid long-term or
Exactly. And like our Animoca brands is the same thing.
yeah,
It
for
becomes a
gaming.
green flag. Yeah, it becomes a
Yeah.
green flag. And it's something. So if you follow Animoca brands and OX Studio and whatever on Twitter and you see that they're punting a new project or whatever, that's really a good way. I think that's a great answer to it.
Yeah.
Um, what have we got here, Morland?
List of
Do you
upcoming
guys?
mints. I thought we had one on the Discord, didn't we?
Yeah, we do. We do. I'll show you where it is quickly and then we'll move on. Is that me? Huh?
Yeah, here
So
we'll
we
move.
do. So first of all, in the Discord here, we've got daily new mints for Ethereum that comes up every day, daily new mints for Sol, and weekly mints, which gives you a bit more time to look into it as well. And then on top of that, in the alpha alerts section, which sorry, not alpha alerts, alpha announcements, I'll often mention the projects that are coming up based on the metas that are going around. Like for example, with anime that we've seen, when that popped off, sorry, I'm just searching for it. I post a lot. Yeah. So when anime popped off, I listed all the anime projects that were still to be coming. Right, you see here Hikari's still coming. Shinsaki, which we spoke about already today, the 3D one, which came yesterday, Zikai Meta, which I'm quite bullish on, Gangster All Star. So I listed there. But the last thing as well is that there's a whole section for upcoming projects over here. When you look here, pre-mint reviews. Each of these projects here, I mean, we covered Metaverse GG, Morland, like
A
in
long time
January.
ago, yeah.
And now all of a sudden, like there's this Facebook collab and everyone's talking about it. I mean,
Yeah.
but because I was following the notable people in the space and whatever, we were able to put this on people's radars. No one was listening. But on the 16th of January, we did the review on this project, and now all of a sudden it's taking off. But here's all the ones that we're watching. Six Rousseau is here, Rebels, Ugly People. So these are all whiskers. These are Fairy Friends, which smaller one, Humankind, The Possessed, which I saw launch their Discord today, Fear City, Figure Got. So there's a whole section for you as well. So I hope that helps.
Yeah. The one with the calendars, the daily new mints and weekly new mints. The main header is NFT signals and alerts. If you're looking on the side there, NFT signals and alerts, and then it's the bottom three. You can look in there, and then there's even more. Like there's so much here; it's crazy. I don't even know what's up here.
I also don't. Then talking about Gary Vee and notable people, we have our good friend Elon Musk,
Yeah.
fellow South African.
And
Between
Canadian, and Canadian.
there we go. He's like
Yeah,
us mixed
yeah.
together.
We had a baby, Philip. We had a baby, and it was Elon Musk.
And
That's
between
what.
the three of us, him, you, and me, we worth like 50 billion US dollars
Yeah,
between the three of us.
between the two of you, and yeah, I'll sit on the side.
No, he's worth 50 billion and we zero
Yeah,
each. But between
yeah.
the three of us, the three of us are worth $50 billion. I think it's probably even more. So, yeah, my good friend Elon Musk has decided that he likes Twitter and by buying shares now has a 9% interest in Twitter, makes him the single largest. What does it say here? I just want to make it
Shareholder. Yeah, he's the
9.3,
largest
the
shareholder.
largest shareholder in the company. Look, I mean, if you worried that Twitter's going to take you down for any reason, because they have suspended him once, Twitter, for his tweets about market manipulation or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Just buy the company, bro. I mean, that's how you do it. Get on the
He's such
board.
a troll too. Like a couple days before they announced that, he tweeted something saying, "Thinking about starting my own social media platform," and then literally like 4 days later, he buys 9% of the company.
Well, I mean, he's
Oh
the
man.
sole reason that Dogecoin even freaking exists still. You know, honestly, he likes it. He's told everyone he likes it, and everyone's holding and with diamond hands because, if he likes it, it's going to be good. Listen,
I
who
saw
knows? He
something
might.
that I did see something, speaking of Elon Musk, that I don't know how true this is, but I saw something about like his SpaceX um, releasing NFTs that have like I don't know, it's like a visual representation of like mapping like G forces and human responses on it. So basically they've taken like the graphs of people going through like G forces, and it would be spiking all over the place and all the different colors, and they've morphed it into like a piece of art or something. Like I saw a video on it. I saw two of them. I don't know how real it is or if it's even gonna be. I'm gonna look it up right now. But yeah, I don't know. It was rumors from about Elon Musk and a SpaceX NFT or something.
Yeah, I mean, why not? You know, Tesla is on the cutting edge of technology. It really is. Let's be quite honest. Their battery technology is just absolutely incredible. What else we got here? Evrai, which is another anime that we spoke about on the show, I think on Wednesday. Adidas in the metaverse has retracted a bit. Long term, very bullish on my side. RTFKT, the drop, I'm still waiting for it to bloody reveal, but sitting at a 70th floor, which is great. Pudgy Penguins has really had a great 2 weeks. World of Women Galaxy, you know, it could sit here for a while. Long term, very bullish on this. Frenzies, Morland, did you see Frenzies launched?
I did. I did see that.
They did a Dutch auction.
They haven't revealed or anything, have they? Or
They did a Dutch auction, and everyone protested by not minting, and then all of a sudden it's completely sold out. They haven't revealed yet, but you designed your NFT. You remember?
right? Yeah, right.
You like literally designed it, and you were right. You designed it at mint time. And obviously, you know, if I wanted a rare head for my NFT, once I'd used that head, if you were still designing yours, all of a sudden that would disappear from your side. But there was a lot of FUD, and then they had a good pump, and now they're sitting at about 0.3. MF is 3.1, looking healthy. Murakami flower seeds, unbelievable. 10 Ethereum. Three landers, which Morland touched on, 2 Ethereum or just under. Frank, I've never ever heard of in my entire life.
I saw it in one of my Discord.
What is it?
I don't know.
Frank,
I don't know. I just saw
Frank.
people. I just saw people
What the
saying,
fuck is going on
are
here?
we minting Frank?" And I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And I just stayed out of it.
There must be something to it if it's at a 0.34
Yeah,
floor
yeah. I
price.
really don't know.
I also don't know. It doesn't look like there's anything to it, but this amount of turnover and whatever there must be, almost like an Irene Dow thing.
Yeah, it's got to be a meme. It's got to be a
Oh, I thought
meme
you
of some
were
kind. No, I couldn't
looking for
find
some
it. I couldn't find it. It's okay. But
Dickens. What is he saying? There's
it's
nothing
just
to it. It's a
oh
meme.
man.
It's a meme play.
Yeah, it's just a meme. Like NFT guys, they love to meme.
No, bro,
So
but you don't love to meme 2,200 Ethereum worth.
yeah, well, if people see the number going up, it means,
Yeah,
oh,
they jump on it.
I'm gonna grab this and ride it.
Do you remember I bought that McDonald's application?
Oh yeah,
Told you about it.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
bro,
yeah.
all of a sudden it sold for point 0.1.
Really?
Yeah, but all of them are exactly the same. 10,000 bloody photocopied pages of a McDonald's application. And all of a sudden, I just bought it. Also, like, yeah, here it is. I bought it for like the meme culture of it. Just it was funny, and
Yeah.
it was 0.0001, and gas wasn't bad. And
And you sold for point one.
this
Somebody
is a
bought it.
fake. Okay, this is how fucked up this industry is, or space. This is a fake profile of the McDonald's job application. I mean, come on. I mean, who's going to make a fake one? Even the real one wasn't doing well or isn't doing well. Let's just. I don't want to get out of here because we're in the middle of something. Let's just see if I can find it on my activity because I should really be able to find it easily like this. I
Well, I
search for
mean, you
McDonald's.
got people buying loot back in the day, just
McDonald's
words
official.
on a black screen, right? So
Yeah, but there was more to it than that. There was much more. There's a official McDonald's which I want to look at after this, but I did find the McDonald's application, and then I try to click on the official. Oh, because I'm doing that. Hold on. So we're going down a bit of a rabbit hole here. McDonald's application. I'm sure it was this. If it's in my no McDonald's official, maybe it's that, but they would be stupid to call it McDonald's official.
I just can't believe you sold it for
I
for
can't believe
point
I fucking
one.
bought it. No, it's not coming up. That's crazy. I want to see this McDonald's official because I doubt it's really official. That would be bullish. If you think about McDonald's for 1 second,
They
and you
did
think
do
about
NFTs, didn't they?
if you think about their toys that they give when you buy a Happy Meal or whatever, and if they turn those into and instead of that did NFTs,
I'm pretty sure they
that would
did that for a bit in like China or something.
right, that
They
would be like it would be a win-win across the board. It would save them billions of dollars. It would, really bring people. Then, like a Pokemon, you can trade them.
That's what it was. It was a McRib NFT, and they rugged on it. That's so funny. Oh man, that just goes to show that these corporations don't always know what the hell they're doing when it comes to NFTs, right? Like, yeah, you've got Nike, but they bought somebody. They bought somebody else, and you've got Adidas, but they don't know what the flip they're doing. It's been how many months, and you've got is this little rotating card thing, right? So they're clearly trying to figure out how to do this NFT thing. They just jumped in on it on the hype, right? So
Even the Kari one, the
which one?
game, what's it?
Oh, Atari. Yeah,
Atari.
horrible drop. Like it just like
And
it's
then they made it facing fucking backwards, and
yeah. They don't know what
they
they're
might,
doing, right? So
they'll still do something with it
that
though.
oh yeah, like it, but it's gonna take time before these big players in our current like industries, right? It's going to take them a while before they really figure out how to get into web3 and like make a true impact. The people
Mm,
that are making impacts in the NFT space are the people that have been in web3 and crypto for years. And if not years, they've at least immersed themselves in the space for the short period of time that they have been in, right? Like
for sure.
you know, I could just see the execs sitting around a boardroom at Adidas and at Nike. Oh, we gotta do this NFT thing. Like all the hype is on NFTs right now. We need to get in on this somehow. And
Yeah.
just okay, pull the trigger, figure out how to do this, and we'll build
We'll
from
figure
there.
it out on the way
We'll
on
figure it out
during.
from
Yeah.
there. But they don't know
Yeah.
what they're doing. They don't even know what an NFT is half the time.
Yeah.
Like so
I agree. I agree. But they will figure it out, and they'll
oh, for
get very
sure.
clever people on board. Yeah.
For sure.
We got Elio Trade sitting beautifully, actually. It's still pre reveal, but we covered this and I was very bullish. A huge entry point, but very interesting. Essence, very bullish on. Does the part of the fuck render system. Just the
Yeah.
name. I mean, I don't know.
He's creating like a whole ecosystem, right? Like a metaverse is what he's
Yeah.
calling it, right?
Can you
So
imagine? Can you imagine these in the
oh,
metaverse? I mean, those
just would
crystals.
be it would be so trippy. Like I know the art just from
Yeah,
people like
incredible.
and those
And
normally
pre
move,
pre
right?
mint sitting really really nicely and good
So
utility.
this apparently I heard gets you into Moonbird's mint somehow.
Cool.
So that I think is a good. Well, I mean, just in general, it's a good play. The pre-mint, just
Yeah,
great utility. But I think I saw that you get in on that Moonbirds mint, so that could be
and I'm
why
sure that will
it's
be the first of many
yeah
that you'll get
yeah
into because that's
yeah.
their thing.
And
Is
Moonbirds looks
whitelist
really
forms.
good, but it's gonna be a 2.5 ETH mint.
Hmm.
Moonbirds. which
That's
is
a lot.
wild. Yeah,
Listen, Morland, you and I are
it's
in the
that
middle of
time.
helping with the mint.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
time to go
gotta
help
go.
out the Tiptoes team. Sorry to cut it a little bit short tonight. We'll make it up to you guys with an extra long one next week. But Morland and I definitely need to go and help. If you haven't already, I'm just going to do one more shameless plug. And admittedly, I've got a vested interest. But Tiptoes, guys, if you haven't already, just come to the
Check them
Discord and
out.
let us tell you about this project because it's incredible. But thank you to everyone for joining us. I hope that you all have a good weekend, and I look forward to seeing you on Monday. Morland, I look forward to seeing you next Friday, my friend. Unless you want to pop in Monday, you're more than
Yeah,
welcome.
you never know.
But yeah.
Yeah, no, it's been good. It's been a little weird getting used to not being on the show every day, but I'm getting a lot of things done, so it's been good.
Good.
But
Good. Well,
yeah,
we miss you, but we're glad we still have you on Fridays.
of course. And I'm in the Discord too, so I'm not I
Yeah.
haven't disappeared, right? I'm here.
And if you haven't already, join our Discord. If you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And guys, thank you all. And we will see you on Monday. Be kind to each other. Thank you for tuning in your time.
Peace, guys.
Ciao.